Hey guys, Ash here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 1 year post my endometriosis diagnosis and post my first laparoscopy surgery, which happened last year in April. When I first filmed my original video, which explains my symptoms and my lead up to being diagnosed and everything that happened in that space of time, I had no idea how many people were going to watch it. I had no idea how popular that video was going to be. So I feel like I want to update you and continue bringing you along on this journey with me, because I know a lot of you have come to this channel for that reason. I've recently gone back and seen a new specialist, and there are a few things that I want to talk to you about, because some things were very, very different to the way I was originally treated. Please remember also that I can only speak from my own experience, and don't kind of take what I say for granted for you. I feel like, well, I know all of our stories are different and we need to be our own champion in our healthcare, and you need to be making sure that you're doing the best thing for you, not just following maybe what I've done. And if you hear anything funny, it's the pup. She's here with me filming and she's just got a whole new burst of energy again. So let's get this out of the way. Hi everyone. So she's just gonna be running around near me during this video. So first of all, I explained, as I said before, all of my symptoms, my years leading up to being diagnosed in the first video that I filmed. So if you'd like to know more about that, I'm not going to touch on it again. It is in that video, which I'll put in a link in the bio. Feel free to watch that first maybe and then come back to this one. But this one I'm going to talk about the last year post-op, what's been happening and why I've ended up going back to see the doctor. I'm going to also answer a few questions that I've been receiving from you guys via social media, email and Instagram, and kind of cover some of those things. If you're watching this endometriosis part 2 diary, there's a good chance that you have a good idea of what endometriosis is and how it works. So after my operation, my first one, things were really good. I went hiking in Tasmania, I've done a lot of travel, I was pain-free, and for me, my main symptom was bowel pain during bowel movements. And for me, that just completely got so much better. I wasn't feeling heaps of pain when I would be doing a number 2 anymore, and I wasn't getting those exercise-induced crazy kind of cramping feelings, which was amazing. I was thinking, oh my god, this is what it feels like to go to the toilet like a normal person and to exercise without feeling like I'm about to die. So I had about 6 months where it was really good. My recovery post-surgery was awesome. There was nothing that went wrong. It was just, I guess, textbook on how you'd hope it would go. And then slowly over the past 6 months, I've been starting to get back that same pain, which is mostly for me, again, it's coming back to the bowel movements. Every morning I wake up and I have this really bad pain before I go and do my number 2 for the day. So this led me to realize, okay, this thing hasn't gone, this thing is coming back. And I started to do some research slowly, using different research tools, like looking on forums. There's a great organisation in Australia and in Queensland for endometriosis awareness. And I ended up finding a doctor in Brisbane who I went and saw the other day. Like I said earlier, there are a few things that were really different this time. For me, initially, to be diagnosed, I had to have an ultrasound. They couldn't pick up, well, the specialist that I saw, who was an obstetrician who mainly dealt with dealing babies, some endometriosis and other women's issues as well, couldn't or didn't have the specialty to be able to read certain scans and see things unless she was seeing it during a laparoscopy, during a surgery to diagnose it. The difference with this guy, who is 100% focused on endometriosis, he's a specialist in that field, is that at the appointment I was able to have an ultrasound, so a physical ultrasound where they put the probe in, and he could show me on the screen as we were moving around where it was and what was happening. So again, yes, I again have severe endometriosis. I have lumps on my ovaries, on my bladder, and as well now on the wall of my rectum. and bowels, which is what's causing me so much pain when I go to the toilet. But for me, that was really cool. You know, he could show me in real time what was going on, and he could read those scans in a way that my previous doctor wasn't able to. And it's not that she wasn't good, it's just it was not her specialty. This is all he does, and that's the difference, and why I feel really, really lucky to have been able to see him. So I already knew that my previous doctor wasn't able to get rid of all of the endometriosis because she couldn't go too close to the bowel. That's a very specific and special surgery to be able to perform. But this new doctor who I'm seeing can. And he had some really interesting theories, and again, they're theories because there's a lot that's still not known about it, like how it's caused, etc. But he did believe that a lot of women are having to get numerous surgeries, right? His stories, you'll see in the comments of my last video, there are people who can't even count on their fingers anymore how many laparoscopies they've had to get rid of the endometriosis in their bellies. This guy seems to believe that if you can get it all the first time, then there's no real reason that it should come back. And a lot of the time, people are having to have so many surgeries because it's not actually fully being removed in the first place. So I was very aware that my surgeon didn't get everything the first time, and I kind of had assumed that maybe for the rest of my life I was going to be needing to get surgery after surgery. But now I'm kind of hopeful that he is so confident and experienced in working with cases like me and so many women, 1 in 10 women, that maybe if he just gets it all out, gets it all gone, then it's going to be a lot better chance of me not having to have a surgery again. And from his experience, and again, I'm only repeating what I heard from his experience, if you get it all, you might and probably don't need to ever go back again. So the surgery will be quite different this time. My last one was pretty quick and I wasn't meant to stay in overnight, but I did end up because it was quite a lot bigger than it was initially thought it was going to be. So this surgery, I'll be in hospital for 2 to 3 nights, and the actual procedure itself will go for 2.5 hours. And that is because it's a lot more extensive, it's a lot more intricate, I guess, and hopefully what I hope is that they're going to go in and really just get rid of everything. Now I'm kind of just considering surgery when I could possibly do it. Obviously I'll need a 2-week period where I'm not exercising or traveling or doing anything straight after, and the 3 or 4 days needed in the hospital. So I'm just thinking surgery is not something that I take lightly, but it's also something that I'm really hopeful is really going to help me, because I have pain every single day now, especially in the mornings, and I really trust this guy, and I really, I really want to nip this thing in the bud. So that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on right now. I am going to now answer a few of the questions that I get a lot from you guys on Instagram, and I did a little post asking if anyone wanted me to answer anything in specific in this video. So let's do that. Thoughts on diet, helping endo, low fat, vegetarian, no coffee or alcohol. So I'm not sure. I mean, I'm vegan, I'm plant-based. I do drink coffee and I do drink the odd alcohol. So maybe I'm not doing it well enough, but in the last year it's come back, and that's the diet that I'm on. So it might help some people, but for me, personally, not really. Next one is, did you start the pill or anything directly after surgery? For me, no, I didn't. I didn't want to go on the pill. I don't like hormonal things. The last thing I had was the Implanon, and it made me crazy. So I was just kind of hoping that I would have time and it wouldn't come back so soon, but yeah, so I didn't end up doing that. How do you manage your symptoms? I don't know, I just don't manage them, they just happen and you just get through it personally. Did you find certain types of exercise can worsen your symptoms? Yes, for me, I would get that exercise-induced terrible cramping, like period pains times 20, when I would do something like, say, hill sprints or stair sprints, when your heart rate goes from nothing to 100 really quickly. That's when my pains would get really bad. The specific symptoms at the moment, it's mostly that bowel pain when I go to the bathroom. It's horrid, and it's mostly before it, and then once I've gone I feel great, but before it and during it's really hard. Do you have to wait till surgery, till after surgery to try for a baby? Yes, I guess you would, because I don't think you're meant to go under full anesthetic if you're pregnant. And then they say that the best time to try is kind of like within 6 months of your surgery, if you're going to. Is there a family history for you? For me, I don't think so. I think, you know, but 1 in 10 women have this. I just wonder, you know, older generations tended to not talk about stuff so much, and this is quite medically a new thing. So maybe they did, but they just didn't speak about it or were never diagnosed. I don't know, but no, not so much that I know. I hold her like this and then she can't get me. A lot of people also ask me if I have found any kind of natural remedies or ways of treating endometriosis. I have had a lot of people send me messages who've said that they have had a lot of luck with that kind of thing. For me, I only found out that I had endometriosis via my first laparoscopy, and that whole kind of situation happened so quickly that I didn't even have time to think about doing anything like that. I am all for natural ways of treating things, but also at the same time, if I am in pain and if I am trying to get through something quickly, then I'm going to take full advantage of modern medicine and everything that it can offer me. I'm not against operations, I'm not against medication. For me, I try and live my life as healthily as I possibly can. I eat well, I exercise, I get sunshine, I go outside, try and have quiet time. But at the end, sometimes your body needs help. And for me, my body, I feel, needs help. And so I haven't looked too far into that kind of thing, but I would not discount or discredit it at all. So yeah, that is my update, and I am going to just keep thinking a little bit about surgery, keep considering it, keep doing my research. But I guess the next time I check in with you guys will be if I'm going ahead, and I guess it would be good if I could take you for a bit of a prep for surgery and after, and maybe that will be the next kind of video on this. But yeah, for now, that's all I really have to report on, is that my pains come back specifically with my bowel movements, and I'm further investigating. I'm really happy with this new specialist. I was really impressed with the ultrasound technique because previously I was told that you couldn't recognize endometriosis on an ultrasound, but I mean, you can. He can, and I could even see it on the scan. So there are a couple of things that were quite different and really encouraging, and yeah, I hope that that was helpful or handy to let you guys know what's going on and where I'm at. And I really hope that this guy is right, that perhaps if I have this next one and we're able to actually get it all, then maybe this won't be a problem for me anymore, as he's seen in a lot of his patients. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and again, I've linked my first video with more information, a lot more information in it, in the description box below, so feel free to check that out if you like. I'll also show you kind of like my scars and where the operation happened and that kind of thing. But yeah, otherwise, big love to you. You know, if you're also got endometriosis and you're going through this, know that you're not alone. There's, you know, you're 1 in 10. That's a lot of us out there. 1 in 10 women. So, I'm with you. We're all together. Oh, also the doctor gave me this book that my dog was just chewing up. It's called Endometriosis and Pelvic Pain by Dr. Susan Evans. So this is apparently meant to be really good. I haven't read it yet, but I just wanted to show you guys this one as well. Yes, I think that's all. So I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye bye bye. Big love to you all.